There we go. So we're recording. So it's just another sort of another catch up, really. I was just wondering, really, this time, how we were getting on with planning our sessions and when our sessions were happening and all that kind of thing.
My intention is to start mine in next month, basically February.
Yeah.
And have it finished by the 12th of March.
Right.
Which doesn't give me a lot of time for the actual sessions. Planning and record. Planning wise, because we have been doing very early years based kind of sessions at work, I was kind of I can't tweak them because some of my children are older. So I have to kind of adapt it. And the plan that we've been using, like Apple will tell you, it's kind of like semi forest school, and a lot of it is speech and language, supporting communication, early literacy. So it's not really true forest skills. So I think to adapt this is going to be. I need to do it. I saw the format. Did you send a link, Tom? Was it yourself?
I sent a link, with formats from another forest school, and there's also, I'll find out for you now. There's also some, and if you downloaded this, it's not it's not the one we were given on the day, because this one is like a larger kind of handbook. Yeah, and it's got these in them, which are actually, I've kind of done a hybrid of the one I found online, this one. But this is kind of how I've been planning, and I've not tackled quite the observation sheet yet. But because I suppose the good thing about the planning is that we only have to plan the first session, because then we adapt it for the next one.
Well, yeah, and I think I think that's because it's forest school, it's all adaptable anyway. So I think with the sessions that we've been doing, we've been doing really like themes, a book, and then like a couple of activities, but everything else is just more about exploration and seeing what happens with the children. Yeah. And I think until it starts, it's going to be really difficult to see.
I think it's about doing one. When you do the first one, you get a feel and your confidence will come. Because it's just like what we did in our assessments when we planned the sessions. It's just about when you get into the thing and you start doing, then I think your confidence will come.
Yeah. Have you got dates for yours, Tom?
I'm writing it down for it.
So what's that?
Have you got dates for yours? Has everybody else got their dates?
I managed to talk Leanne into letting me use Turton Tower, this side of Turton Tower, which is, I'm starting it on the 5th of Feb, so only not this Saturday coming, the following Saturday. The problem is I can't get hold of her.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I've sent her messages and emails, and she just doesn't reply. Because like my understanding was that, because I talked to her on when we were meeting up in Summerseat, about the fact that I don't have any equipment, I don't have boundary rope, I don't have a fire pit,
right?
I don't have a site, and I've managed to get the kids, and I can, but I don't have any equipment or anything. And I know you don't necessarily need equipment, a lot of equipment. Like, I'm not going to do tools, but I would like to do fire, because it feels like an intrinsic part of forest school. But I just can't get hold of her to get information of how I can pick things up. If there's stuff on the side.
What she said with fire is because she said you don't necessarily have to have the fire.
I know you don't, but I would like to if I can. But I do need to get hold of her so I can find out how exactly what she can offer me.
Have you sent her a message on that audio, everything?
I've sent her messages through Telegram, and I've sent her emails, and she's replying. So it's tricky. But basically, I should be starting a week following Saturday.
Wow. Have you got your risk assessment, all the rest of it in place?
Well, this is the other thing I wanted to ask tonight. What have you got in place? What do we need to have in place before we start? Because I've planned the first session, but that's all I've done so far.
Right. So you need your risk assessment. You need the site, something on the site. I've got some documents. Just bear with me.
Yeah.
I know.
Do you want me to share a screen with you, or or do you want me
No,
to
no, it's
make
fine.
you
I'm just trying to see. I don't know if it's on this email or my work email. It might be on my work email. So what I can do is I'll send you the list of documents that I know I've got that you do need
Yeah.
for the
If you could
you know,
also
I
send
think
me some examples. I know they're going to be different for
the paper.
different sessions and different sites, but I personally, for me, find it really helpful to have an example that I can then use the template. Because until Lucia found this for me in here, I didn't have a template. I mean, I was working on the portfolio first, but so I could have been googling things and kind of things earlier. But
I've got my laptop out, so I'm just trying to. Well, I'll just do it after because that's probably easier. I'll do it today. I've got your email address, Tom.
I'll put it in the chat log if that's all right, or I'll put it in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, that's fine.
All share our.
I'm just trying to. The Zoom's disappeared. And with regards to the rest of the portfolio, how are you getting on with that?
I'll let somebody else answer that because I've talked enough for now.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to go with that?
Well, I've not gone anywhere.
You started now, haven't you? Have you not started?
No.
Wow.
And my love, please.
Well, I'll if you want, I'll share what I've got so far for the share what I've got for module 1, if you like, learning and development. Do you want me to do that?
That'd be nice. Just an idea of what we've done.
So
Oh,
this is what I've done so far from module 1. Let me just move you out of the way. So I've kind of gone through the principles and related them to what my programs would look like. First of all, which you can find on the Forest School website, the Forest School Association. So I've just gone through like Forest School offers learners the opportunity to support risks appropriate to the environment and themselves. This is all about risk taking. So I've just sort of gone into some spiel about, the benefits of risk taking and that kind of thing, and how I'm going to incorporate that into my Forest School.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So when you go through the principles, there you then describe how you are going to build this into your school.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For each principle.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw the principles online, but I just thought, am I supposed to give a summary of what I believe they are, or what am I supposed to do with the principles?
Yeah. So you just basically link how you put the principle up there. This is how I'm doing anyway. You put the principle in, and then you go sort of how you would incorporate that into your program.
Okay.
LO1, 2. That's about physical development. So I've done a little bit of research, not a huge amount, but like things about from the framework for early years foundational stage about the benefits of, and just found like infographics, things like that, and just sort of talked about sensory input from the outdoors and kind of moving around, being physical and exercise and all that kind of thing. Other things like this, which is again a government kind of infographic.
Okay.
Just things like that. And then again, the same kind of deal for well-being, self-esteem, confidence, emotional intelligence, all that kind of thing. And I've done a little bit of research, not a huge amount again, but just enough to kind of pull some choice quotes and talk about how being outside is beneficial. So I don't know if this is any help, but
it is because I got the principles and then I'm just like, where do I start writing? So to have an idea of what people are doing is beneficial. Then you know exactly how you can tackle it. Thank you. Yeah.
I also bought this. I found this quite helpful as well. I've done a lot of research, but I found this book really helpful. It's about 20 quid, so it's not cheap.
Nature pedagogy. Okay.
What's Shai? Have you got it?
Sorry, I'm talking on. Yeah, I've got that book as well, and I have taken some quotes from it. So I've done that. I think it's the same unit that you mentioned, and I've done the one on you know, where you talk about theory, early years theory and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I've done that. I've got a draft for that, so I'll send it a screenshot of that. I'm trying to kind of whiz through it.
Yeah.
Now, because I feel like I'm on time limit, and then I'm gonna start. I started play therapy as well just a couple of weeks ago.
How's that going?
It was really good, but then I'm looking like I must be crazy because look at all the I'm playing the forest school stuff.
Yeah.
And
You got to plan for the future.
Guess who was on the training with me? Leanne.
I wish she. That's why she's not been about, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, it was 3 days. At the minute, like I don't feel like we're bombarded with work on that side, so I want to get this over and done with. But I've done those 2 units, but there's 5 units, isn't there, to complete?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I personally haven't done any kind of academic writing since uni, so I'm way out of practice. But my partner, she's just done a master's, so she gave me some good tips about, like, I might be telling you all how to suck eggs, but basically, you know, just like go through the index and highlight kind of anything that is relevant to the topic you're doing, rather, because I started to read this whole bloody book at the start, which is really stupid. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing, and I've done a lot of practical skills. I've done a lot of this one. I've not completely finished it, but I've done a fair chunk of it.
Yeah.
So I'm getting on with it, but it's not, you know, it's still a lot. It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'll also show you quickly, actually, the my session plan for the first session. I know stealing this because plagiarism is wrong, but so I just kind of adapted a little bit of the one I found online and the one that was through Community. So kind of key objectives, learning outcomes. I've kind of structured what's going to happen, but obviously there's a lot of, I probably need to bring a little bit more choice into this. There is, you know, the first one's kind of establishing expectations, but you know, there's time to explore, and then here there's like free play, and then a kind of a closing out session. So hopefully it's enough.
How many hours is this?
Well, it's got to be minimum 2 hours. Because I've just moved jobs, but it's my colleagues' children who are attending my sessions, and I feel a bit harsh basically making them drive from basically kind of southish Manchester all the way up to Bolton for just 2 hours. So I'm going to stretch it to 2.5 hours, and the criteria in the Forest School handbook says that it's got to be a minimum 2 hours. So I'm making it about 2.5 to 3 hours, I think. And again, I want to ask Leanne if that's okay, because she said 2 hours.
That's what I was thinking.
I need to talk to her. So I don't know what to do about that. Learning outcomes, health and safety.
Have you got 6 children?
I've got 4, and again, I need to ask about that because I've only managed to get 4 because.
Well, that's the issue. One of my issues as well. I think I've got 5, unless I have another 4-year-old.
Yeah, it's tricky because, like, I mean,
one is my own 3-year-old.
Yeah. Because I asked Ben about this. Ben doesn't know. You know, Ben's young and carefree, isn't he? And I don't like where he probably doesn't know any people with kids. You know what I mean? So it's really hard. I've got 4 kids. I had more, but parents had to pull out because of time commitments and things. So I had 6 kids, and then I'm down to 4. So I don't know what to do about that. It's a bit. I guess we could try and ask somebody else. Oh, you serve your dinner, Shai. That's really nice of you.
Very kind. Steaming hot.
Regular dinner party. So I've got 4 kids.
Wow.
We've got 4 kids, and I was hoping to have backup as well, because like I thought Ben was going to be doing, but he's just said that he doesn't know if he's going to be doing it at the same time, because Leanne's text said that for me, Janine and Ben were doing it at the same day in the same site after another. But again, I need clarification on this, and I've not heard anything from Janine either. So
What site are you using?
Sorry?
What slides are you using?
Turton Tower. Which is near Bolton. I'm going there this weekend. I'm going on Saturday for a poke around, just to see what it's like, because I've never been there before. Yeah, it's hard. I just don't feel like we're getting much support here, and I know people have other commitments, but you know, we're supposed to be being mentored and guided through this process, and I just don't.
No, I know. I do know what you mean with Leanne. I think I've had that, but she has got back eventually. So I think she just seems to be very busy.
I know, but I think she takes on too much, and then, but that, you know, that's her choice at the end of the day. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on recently. Does anybody else want to share anything or have any guides? So actually, sorry, I feel like I'm talking more than anyone else, but you've done a risk assessment. What else have you done to paperwork before you're going to run your sessions?
That we have been. I'm going to let me just open my laptop. I'll send you the paperwork that what I've been told that we need, and I know this because I asked. Who did I ask? Mark, who does the forest school in Oldham. I'll have a look at my laptop. Can you tidy up? Dejo. About the kit. Sorry, I put myself on mute because you can hear it. All the kids in the background. I'm going to switch my laptop on and see what the documents I've got on there.
Okay. In the meantime, is there anything else anyone wants to ask, or Anne-Marie or Aqua?
No, not at the moment. Having an idea of what people are doing is good, because it's helped me to, like what you showed on what you've done about the principles. That's given me an idea of what I need to be doing, because when I just look at the file folder, I'm just like, too much. And I put it back. So
you've got to break it down into manageable chunks, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna get on with it and start. I'm gonna do the bare bones. Not gonna
is it just me? Have you found the writing to be like a lot? There's a lot of writing.
Yeah.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anne-Marie, and you were doing it by hand. Are you still doing that?
I am still doing it by hand, yes.
Well, you know, the funny thing is that I was talking to one of my colleagues, and she works in the same building as me, Lauren. I don't know if you've met her, but you might have met her. And she's done the forest school training, but she said they pretty much completed their portfolio while they were on the training.
Yeah.
They found out how much must they have written for them to complete while they were there. I'm just a bit baffled by that. Yeah. So it just seems to be that what you put in is entirely dependent, you know. I don't know.
I just want to pass now, to be honest. I'm not, you know, I want to do well, but I'd settle for passing right now. Get it over and done with.
Well, yeah. You've got so much going on as well with your housemaid. That's not easy.
And I've just started a new job like last week.
Oh wow!
And I'm trying to enter the Northern Writers Award, which means I've got to write a synopsis and polish up some chapters, and the deadline for that is mid-Feb. So yeah. But anyway, that's my problem again.
Well, what about Anne-Marie? How are you getting on with it all?
Well, the only thing what I've done at the minute is I did the practical skills unit, but you know, the second part of it, myself and Nick are completely stuck on that because we don't know what to do for the second part of it.
What part's that, sorry?
The practical skills unit.
Yeah.
How you had to write about your tool talk and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then it's 2 point something, and you're not writing about the same thing again. We're casually like stuck on that bit.
Right. Do you know what I did with when I got to a point where I thought I'd had enough of tool talks, I just moved on to a different unit. So I thought I'll come back to you.
That's what we've done. I left. Go on.
Second part.
I know. Well, I've done the tool talk bit and everything like that, like the 1 point all the way up to like 1.9. So I've done that, but then it starts on the 2 point, and I'm like, I don't know what she expects of that.
Yeah.
Because to me, reading the questions, it's the same as what we've already answered in the.
Well, it is a bit repetitive.
Yeah.
This, like, I have found that's my take on some of it. I'm trying to find a unit.
I'm looking at it now.
Oh.
Are you? Let me think. Because it's confusingly laid out, but some of it is like on this is like explaining kind of what to include. It's like extra guidance. So is it not that again? Is it like it's telling you the things you need to include, but this section after that is actually going into more detail of exactly what you need to include? Does that make sense? Because you've got actually. Because you've got LO1 and LO2, and there's like 1.1, 1.2, and then 2.1, 2.2, etc. And then the next section is like assessment information, and it's like LO2 1.1a, and it's like more details of LO1 1.1, if that makes sense. 1.1,
Yeah,
1.2. So I think that's just more information for like what you need to include in this section. It's not like a subsequent section. It's like that the bare bones is the first bit, and the second bit is what exactly you need to add. Because in the first section, like let's go to planning and preparation, you've got like 1, 2, 3, 1.1, 2.1, 2.2, but then you've got the assessment information in the next bit, which again is 1.1, and it's got more details over introduction to forest school program, etc. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure there needs to be a subsequent section. You need to include everything in that unit, and the LO assessment criteria is like extra information to kind of make sure you cover all the bases.
Yeah, but the bit that I'm on about is on your practical skills unit, right? The 1 point that you want tells you all about like selecting use appropriate protective equipment, and it goes all the way down to 1.9. And then for section 2 part of it, it says know how to facilitate a range of practical skills, and then that lists 2 to 9. But your first one there is explain how to facilitate correct use of PPE with client group. And then when you look at the actual LO2 and the AC 2.1, it just says cross-reference to the handbook.
Yes, sorry, I understand what you're saying now. Yeah.
That's why I was like, I'm stuck on it, on that bit. You're like, what else does she want us to include in it?
Yeah, if I remember rightly, she had that thing, didn't she? With like, she had like a table with like refer to this, refer to that. So maybe she just wants you to cross-reference things. But again, it's very strangely laid out, and yeah, I get what you're saying.
You're already putting that in on your safeguard, on your safe to use guide. I'm like,
what? Can you not cross-reference?
Yeah, but it makes no sense. It's the same thing again. Unless you just put C.
Just see the yeah.
If I remember rightly, from Leanne, looking at Leanne's profile, what little we've seen of it, she did have a lot of in the practical skills. She did have see this guide.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just what you do. Just and to be fair, if you do that and then submit it, and she's got a problem with it, at least you might get a proper answer from her.
Yeah.
This is why I kind of like give up on the part 2 of it and just started doing the woodland unit.
Yeah,
I've not done.
Looking back at it, I can't exactly get away from it.
Shai, what have you just sent me? Consent forms with who? Emergency.
Oh, sorry, that's my typing. Emergency details, emergency contact.
Ah, right.
And then on this one, that example I was saying, there's an indemnity statement.
What's that?
I have no idea. I don't even know if it's a requirement. This is something that's actually used in real skills. Let me show you what it says on this. I don't think this is maybe not essential. It's probably not essential for us, I'm assuming.
Indemnity statement. Is the indemnity, is that not insurance?
Can you see
It's
that?
not insurance. Indemnity, because indemnity talks about, it's about what happens if something happens. Isn't it?
Yeah, I can see it. If you could send that over in an email, or you can share documents through WhatsApp, can't you?
Hello. I think so, yeah.
Hello, young man.
Young man needs to get to bed.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Share it.
maybe we share documents through WhatsApp,
Yeah.
if possible, because you can log on to WhatsApp through your web browser, which makes sharing documents easier, and that way we've all got access to it. So if you could send across what you've
I don't know if it's a requirement for us, but I'll send it anyway.
I mean, can you also send, if possible,
And then I've got
your risk assessment and
woodland site risk assessment.
Yeah. Again, I would like to ask these questions of the forest school leader, but
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Then there's a then there's a general risk assessment. Yeah, then there's a general risk assessment. So there are 3 documents that I've got on here.
So you've got consent forms with emergency contact, a risk assessment, and a woodland risk assessment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I need that woodland risk assessment.
Okay.
But the assessment, it has to be specific to your site, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if you've got the broad sort of template of it, we can each adapt it to our own sites, can't we? So, and again, I'll look for more online, because there are examples online. Like the planning session I found online was pretty good. I found another one today that's actually, again, looks well put together, and they're all slightly different. So I don't think there's necessarily a hard and fast rule of what each one needs to have. There's probably a few things it needs to have, like date and time and the kids and what you do with them, but they each seem to have slight tweaks to them. So I'll also look for forest school risk assessments and things, and just try and cover our bases. That's what I'll try and do tomorrow anyway. And I'll share some of that stuff. You can share that too, Shai. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, will do.
Because again, I was saying this to Anne-Marie and Nick last week. If we just support, I don't feel like we're getting the support we deserve. And if we kind of be each other's support, and hopefully we can all get through this together, basically. So we'll keep having these little groups, and we'll, after we've done our sessions, whenever we get to do them, we'll continue to do them with portfolio stuff. And because I just think we just need a little bit of guidance, and hopefully if we all pitch in a little bit, we can guide ourselves through it.
She might I think maybe Leanne gave us a list of things that we do need, but I can't remember at the top of my head, and I feel like I'm kind of like detached from it a bit now. And I can't really now, considering that the sessions are coming. So
okay, is there anything else anybody else wants to share?
Just want to say thank you for organizing this. This has given me the courage to start again. It just feels like I can start again, because I've been so out of it for so long. It's just like I cannot just be bothered.
No, I get you.
But now that I've seen you guys and I know what you're doing, I feel encouraged to start again. Thank you.
Okay, I'll share. I'll tell you what. I'll share, and I trust you all not to plagiarize, because I mean, Leanne's going to be marking all of our work, so it'd be really ridiculous to do that. So, but I'll share my Unit 1, just to kind of, as again, I find it personally really helpful to have like an outline or like a format to follow. So I'll share that, and I'll share my planning form as well. And I'll keep looking for things online like that can kind of guide us through. And we'll try and do this again, maybe on a different day, so other people can join, like Ben, because Ben's working right now, and Lucia's doing some other course. So hopefully we can. Sorry,
Lucia's is she doing a different course now?
I think she's still doing this, because but she's at night school. I don't know what she's doing at night school, but But anyway, maybe we can do a different night next week so other people can join in and yeah, that kind of thing. So cool. Thanks for coming, and I'll share some documents.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Take care of yourself.
Bye, everyone.
Hopefully it will progress further.
Yeah.
I'll try and do something before next week.
That's your mission.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.